Disclaimer, even though we're leveraging AI to help our businesses scale and thrive, you can still do the steps that I talk about in this video manually and still thrive. Oh, and by the way, we spent $0 on ads. All right, so step number one is get your business listed on Google. The reason why it's so important to list your business on Google is because nowadays people use the internet for just about everything, right? So people are gonna search, nearest food spot near me, nearest Italian cuisine near me, or best museums nearby, right? So they're always going to Google it, and you want to make sure that you have the possibility of being up first when someone's looking these places up. So that's super, super important. Something to also take in mind is Google will, once you get your business listed, Google will always cater to the customer, to the consumer. So they're going to show the best of the best options to the customers when it comes to anything they search. So when it comes to restaurants, they're going to show you the best ratings. And that may be, 4.2 stars, 4.9, or 5-star rating restaurants for the customer. So you want to be able to just keep that in mind as I continue to explain the rest of the steps, okay? So they're going to show you the top rated unless you switch your filter and you modify it in some way. So the restaurant that we helped out is called Nala's Bagels and Brunch, and they sell some of the best bagels, some of the best breakfast brunch ever in New York City, right? And the ratings also are indicative of that. Now, if you know NYC, New Yorkers take their bagels extremely serious. Like their bacon, egg, and cheese has to be like top of the top notch. The scallion, egg, and cheese, for me personally, I love a lox bagel. Obsessed. I love it. So because of there being such a high demand in bagels, we had to use very specific strategies to make them stand out in a super saturated market. So if we Google best bagels in NYC, so Broadnosh will actually come up, which shout out to Broadnosh. They actually referred us to Nala's Bagels and Brunch. So shout out to Robert. Thank you, Robert. All right, so check this out. So if we go to maps, right here, maps, Broadnosh will come up. Now, Broadnosh has been here for a little bit. It's been here for quite a few years. And then right underneath is Best Bagel. And then right underneath that is Broad again, and then Russ Daughters, and then Nala's Bagels and Brunch. Now, here's something to take into consideration. Like I mentioned earlier, Google will always... I'm in New York City, so you're going to be hearing... Welcome to the jungle. Like I mentioned earlier, Google is going to always prefer the ones that have the highest ratings to show to the customer. And the more quantity of 5 stars that you have, the higher you go up in the ranks. So you're probably wondering, how is it that Nala's, with only 400 reviews, they are in the top searches? Here's some context. Nala's Bagels has been open for less than 6 months from the time of me recording this, and we managed to get them on the very top. Actually, there was a moment in time where they were the only 5-star bagel shop in all of New York City for an entire month, and that was really cool. They actually were the first #1, and that was a really exciting time until a customer, was missing a tomato in their bagel order, which, we're not perfect. And nobody's perfect, and the customer's always right. I do believe this, but that brought us down to 4.9. It happens. I came into Nala's, I want to say after the first week of them opening, and listen, we went in there to win. Like we're gonna make sure to show up on top. So we did this in 2 ways. I was showing up in person, and obviously during the digital side online. And when I was there in person, the main priority was number 2, and that's getting reviews. You have to get reviews. So we printed out QR codes, and we put them everywhere where it was visible and where it was easiest for the customers to just scan and leave us a review, right? Of course, after them having a meal, saying, thank you so much for coming to Nala's Bagels and Brunch. We just newly opened. We really would love to get some of your feedback. Even though we're so new, we always want to continue to improve, right? And just giving that smile, giving that kindness, and that genuineness, like we really do want to know how to improve early from the start, made so many customers just be so open to giving a review, right? So that was the in-person side. By the way, side note, you want to ask for the review after giving an abundance of value to the customer, whether that's the presentation of the bagel, a smile, whether you're selling a physical product or a digital product, you're always going to give it after you make the customer feel amazing. Now, on the digital side, we also had the capability of asking for a review, whether it was through text, email, or even social media, and it was 100% powered by AI. Again, there's a lot of little nuances that go into the ranking of Google. If you have any questions, just go to employeeai.io. I will personally take care of you and answer any questions you have. But just know that it really does depend on your industry and your business type. But of course, you can always rank on top. You have that right now in 2025, you have that possibility. Third step is, and I think this is the most important step, and that's engaging with reviews. So how did we get Nala's Bagels and Brunch to show up on the top searches? Well, it was through engaging with the reviews. Now, I'm gonna go over two main things to focus on when it comes to engaging with reviews, and that's number one, timing. The time in which you respond to a review, whether that's responding within the hour, whether that's responding within 5 hours, or even responding after 3 days. It matters. It really, really matters. Number two is the quality of your response. Are you keeping it short, just saying thank you for your review and then stopping there? Or is your response a little more elaborate? And is it saying, acknowledging the time that they went, the date, what they observed about the facility or the restaurant, right? Like, I really like the lights, and me and my friend came, and her name was Jessica, and we had a great time, right? Like, you want to respond, well, thank you so much for coming with Jessica, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the lighting. Thank you so much. There's how lengthy your response is and how much it matters to customers really does matter as well. Now, if we go to Nala's and we go to their reviews, you'll see that there seems to be, wait a minute, let's look at this one. There seems to be a response from the owner, right? And that's amazing spot for bagels. The food is fresh, staff is incredibly warm and welcoming, right? And then thank you so much, Cape Cal Duffy, right? So responding to the name of the actual person, right? We are thrilled that you love our fresh bagels and warm hospitality, right? Now, this is huge. Like I said earlier, Google, in addition to how many ratings you have, will also take into consideration how you engage with your customers. The more you respond to your customers and in the way that you do will also help you rank higher on Google. Now, for every single one of these reviews, we have a response. And this is 100% powered by AI. And we don't just respond, after, days, months. We respond pretty much right away. And I can go through a bunch of these. Even the reviews that aren't so good, there's like a few under 5-star reviews. And even with those reviews, there's a response, right? So for example, I decided to give Nala's a try. Hey, we're so sorry for your experience. We hope you give us another try, right? Like, that matters. Honestly, our AIs did the heavy lifting. We were able to have a restaurant that hasn't even been open 6 months show up as the top best bagels in NYC in a super saturated market. And it was through the backbone of our AI. Like I mentioned earlier, you can still do this manually. It's just, a little bit harder to compete with something that responds so quickly. That covers the main 3 things. So number 1 is get your business listed on Google. Number 2 is go and ask for reviews. And number 3 is respond to those reviews, engage with them, engage with your customers, tell them, hey, we miss you, come back, thank you for coming. Thank you for, enjoying our food and telling the world about it. I remember one of the days when it was super, super busy during Nala's Bagels, we wanted to get some feedback, to get some data to continue to improve. And we asked customers, hey, like, how did you find us? How did you find us? And they said, Google. We asked another person, how did you find us? Google, Google, Google. Everyone found us on Google. And again, we just opened. And then the second question came, hey, what made you choose us over our competitors? What made you choose us over our competitors? And they said, your ratings. You were 5-star. The proof is in the pudding. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, get reviews, and if you can supercharge it with AI, do it. Let me know what you thought of this video. Comment below what your thoughts are if you have any questions. And to hire your first AI employee, go to employeeai.io, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.